Craft, design, and launch NFTs effortlessly across multiple blockchains. From generating high-quality visuals to enhancing audio, scripting, and minting digital assets, Call AI's advanced tools empower creators of all kinds, developers, designers, artists, and innovators alike. Now available on mobile, Call AI brings everything you need into one seamless platform, giving you the power to create anytime, anywhere.
Click the link at the top line of the... What do you think about Dame Dash, though?
What about him, bro?
Damn, I gotta pull up his exact quotes. He was pretty much saying that people like Jaguar Wright, Cat Williams were like fortune tellers, like prophets.
People are going to be like in the bots, the stupid ass bots, and people that are just like, I don't know, but they're going to be always talking about him again. But right now, the whole world is talking about him every day, all day. So then it made me think about being famous and how dangerous that is, because they're really, you know, they're doing the same thing that happened with Puff as far as the way the algorithm is. To me, it's worse. And they're scrutinizing every single thing from the last 20, 30 years. Every lyric, I've been sensed up. They take the statement and put it in AI. I'm seeing Forbes flip. It's like, it's just, people could love you one day, but they just love to really hate you so much more. And that was a person that I was like, he can't do no wrong. I know, because, you know, for some reason, every single thing I say is considered smart, except when it comes to him. I'm smart about everything but that. So I'm like, I mean, all right. And I'm not saying, because again, I have no idea what happened there. And I'm hoping everything is where I would prefer that no one got hurt, to be honest. But I didn't think that they would flip on him like that. And it's crazy. And then I'm like, yo, how does TikTok and all these people that, like they say, sound crazy, like Cat Williams is looking like, because not to say things are true, but he said things would be exposed. So he's really looking like a fortune teller. And you know, like Jaguar and all that, like, regardless, it's like, why are the people that are looked at to be imbalanced saying these things and then they're actually happening? Like, how is TikTok, pause. How is TikTok, like I'm looking at TikTok and it's like, yo, they've been prepping this moment for the last 6 months. TikTok has been literally saying that this was going to happen, and then it happened. And I'm like, that's crazy. Like, are these people that are looked at as imbalanced, are they really like prophets? And when I say prophet, because again, I can't know that what they're saying is true, but what they said was going to happen as far as exposure and people being accused of allegations, it's all been 100. They always said Homeboy was next. A week ago, I did an interview, and you know, and they asked me about, like, what do you think about them saying Jay's next? And I'm like, I don't really care. You know, but of course, as a human being, I'm like, and then I was like looking again when I saw the initial extortion case. What was said was that multiple lawsuits were threatened, and it included men and kids and all type of shit. So I'm like, damn. You know, for me, just based on what I'm seeing, it must mean, you know, they lining them up for more lawsuits. At least this is what it looks like based on that paperwork. And I'm like, I really didn't think. It's just crazy how one day everything, it's like, this is like the epitome, it was all good just a week ago. And, you know, I just never seen Homeboy explain himself, ever. So that was different for me. But I'm just like everybody else. I'm just like, this world is changing rapidly. And a lot of the stuff that the people that we thought were crazy are saying are actually happening. And how the hell do they know?
Yeah. Go ahead.
It makes him look weak, man.
Right.
And it just, for somebody for years who said he don't want to talk about Jay-Z no more, this last year he's been on a promo run talking about nothing but Jay-Z.
Right.
But then, and I'm not going to call out the platform because I'm going to allow that platform to eat, but when you look at the source and you look at where he's saying it at, maybe getting a couple dollars that he need in his pocket to go ahead and talk about whatever the fuck he wants. So I think
he may have been on his platform.
He was.
He was on his own. Right. Okay. Yeah. Damn.
Was. And then he was on another platform.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Where, somebody who get a pretty penny to come on here and say whatever they want. Shout out to DeHaven. And I'm going to bring him up right now because obviously his dynamic with Jay-Z has been terrible the last couple of years. He has genuine beef because he felt like Jay-Z railroaded him, was his former best friend. He was, people came to him wanting to talk about the situation, major publications and all things like that. He said he don't think Jay-Z did it. They ain't never been Jay-Z's motive. They ain't never been Jay-Z's style. Now, if anybody would have a license to go, yeah, I think he did it, and make a couple dollars from going ahead and saying that shit, it would be him. But he didn't do it. And he's come on here and said so many things, but everything that he said actually happened to him.
Oh, yeah.
Jay-Z.
Yeah.
It may be like, okay, what are we getting from it at this point? But everything that he said at least happened. So if he's going to sit back and go, nah, that ain't Jay-Z's, I salute him for that, because although they had their differences, he's going to keep it real and keep it 10 toes down if that's how he feels. Dame Dash is moving in a sad, sad way. And Nah.
It's too much words, Nick. It's just too much words.
Yeah, everybody talking about Jay-Z right now, and I've never known Dame to be one of the type of people to follow what everybody else do.
Right.
Ever. I think he's criticized people for following what everybody else does. So I've never really seen him doing that. So I didn't like that. I still hear pain, and I still hear I don't say regret, but it definitely looks like it's resentment in his voice toward Jay-Z. And I think that, and the thing that is kind of crazy is Dame Dash wouldn't be looked at like that, even when it came to Jay-Z, if Dame Dash had took care of what Dame Dash was supposed to take care of on his side to get him out of the messes that he's put himself in. Because for years, people took Dame's side over Jay-Z's. For years. And it wasn't until recently when we start seeing things come out and things and how you move, it's like, damn, was Jay-Z right? Then we had to question ourselves, was Jay-Z right? Because for years, we thought that he was wrong for how he did you. Even though we've heard little things and grumblings on what you were doing, we wanted to ignore all that shit because of how authentic you came off and you were out here talking as opposed to him not. But now it's just like, okay, maybe it wasn't the smartest move to say anything. Maybe kind of keep it bottled up. Make sure you're taking care of your business and, you know what I mean, fall where the chips may fall. But I don't know, man. On one end, I really want to still rock with Dame, and I still do. But in the other, I'm just like, bro, what are you doing?
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Again, he's in a content world. So, in a way, I understand he has to, remember, you got to keep it hot.
Oh, yeah.
You got to keep it salacious. But I'm not going to say I feel different about it. I'm glad we listened to the whole thing, and it's full because but so what if they was talking about it and it's an allegation now? Who cares? So what? I see how it looks. It's like, damn, maybe it's something to it. But at the end of the day, Jay-Z's not in jail. It looked like that lady was lying. We already talked about that last week. A lot of inconsistencies. Her own father say he don't remember the night. So to me, that crushes everything.
That's it.
Because if my daughter was telling me that somebody had their way, essayed her, how could you forget that? I couldn't forget that for a million years.
Never would.
So that's falling apart, right before our eyes. I honestly really think, man, that it's a money grab to the point where they see shit off the internet, and maybe somebody just came out of the woodworks, because of that. That possibly could be the case.
I think that is the case.
Hell yeah.
Shit, that is the fucking case.
Right.
Even with Diddy.
Right. So it's like, yeah, even with him, but we'll wait and see how the chips fall. I just think it's some sucker shit to keep on trying to attack this man and go out this man and talk about this man. Get over it, dog. Get over it. 4 years ago, we interviewed. You said you didn't want to talk about Jay no more. And ever since then, it's been Jay-Z this, Jay-Z that. Get over it. I see it's some hurt. If that man gets ready to, you would think it's a woman-man relationship. You get over a breakup in 20-something years. Mm-hmm. So it's like, I get it. Like, that was your homie. Y'all did a lot of great things together, but he may not ever talk to you again.
That shit happens, man.
It happens.
That shit happens.
I'm sure Jay-Z got love for you deep down in his heart. I guarantee you. But he understands that he cannot bring you back into his circle anymore for whatever reason. That's his prerogative.
Yeah. And move on. You know what I'm saying? You ain't making no more money with him. You ain't losing any more money with him. Keep it moving.
And I would love to say, go ahead, finish.
No, you go ahead.
I would love to say, Jay-Z was right, because it looked like Jay-Z was right. But just because Dame Dash got into some financial trouble, for me, doesn't necessarily mean that Jay-Z was right for splitting ways with him. It lends a little bit more credibility to it, for sure. Like, I got to get rid of this nigga. He about to fuck everything up.
How many times throughout our lives, and even through this business, have we dealt with certain people in our individual past, dealt with certain people that we realized, hey, they ain't moving like we need them to move. We need to do this, and we kind of separated ourselves.
That's it.
And then they were the ones loud and chirping and running their mouth and wanting to say this and wanting to say that and wanting to say this. Let them talk. Let them do their thing. All we continue to do is stay consistent and keep moving and doing what we do. And eventually, those people were made out to look like the bitter fools that they really were. And that's what happens. And it's not illegal to move on. It's not illegal to want to elevate yourself. And if you do, and you want to move on and kind of disassociate yourself with certain things, that's not illegal. And it's not morally wrong. You're trying to do better for yourself.
That's right.
If the other side person feels like it's morally wrong, they need to check themselves, look in the mirror, and see why, and then fix that. But most cases, they don't. They just want to point the finger.
And a lot of times, they be the ones that have been leeching.
That's it.
Or, you know what I mean? And you doing a lot of the shit, and they just want to reign around you.
Yep.
I see that a lot, too.
Yep.
But and I'm not going to say that was the case with Dame Dash, but, Jay-Z, he was the dude. He didn't need you at a point. It was over. He was ascending. He wanted, like you said, there's no... You want to split, that's fine. Because Jay-Z seen like, all right, look, we made some shit powerful, but look, I want to move in a different direction.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing. How many board meetings you think he was sitting involved in when Dame was going off, going in? He just sitting in the corner like, I don't want to be involved in this shit, dog.
Because that's not the way you handle shit.
Right.
And I get it. Like, yeah, you could be pissed off, but you got to have a calm demeanor. You don't see people in court screaming and hollering. I'm sure they want to.
They look crazy if they
right. But you have to, you have to articulate yourself in a way and get your point across and put your words together, in a calm fashion. And you still can have the same effect if you're nice with it as screaming.
Yep.
And that's what Jay-Z was about. You gonna hear threatening people and screaming, and it looks good and shit on video, but in reality, you look like a goddamn fool.
And the masses love it. You'll get great comments in the comment section. Meanwhile, Jay-Z will do $1 million deal with this company, and he done did a multi-million-dollar deal with this. People talking about him, but out here moving and making money and changing his family's life while saying nothing.
Facts.
Which side would you rather be on? I know what side I'd rather be on.
Facts. Definitely, man. But yeah, man, another 30-minute show. We appreciate y'all listening to the Hip Hop Uncensored podcast. We love y'all, and we'll be back. That's your brother Sam, man. Viral hip hop news on your brother Oh God Hip Hop News Uncensored together with Hip Hop Uncensored podcast.